the most unlikely trio at Riverside High. Everyone fit neatly into categories: athletes, achievers, artists, gamers, invisible. No one ever expected those categories to mix, especially not them. Myra Valdez was the top student in class, precise, organized, and permanently armed with color-coded notes. She spoke softly but thought loudly, and her world revolved around perfect grades and scholarship dreams. Jocks. Herrera was the opposite. Varsity basketball captain, loud laugh, effortless confidence. He moved through hallways like they belonged to him. And then there was Theo Cruz, the quiet kid who spent lunch in the computer lab fixing teachers' printers and building games no one asked for, but everyone secretly played. They had never spoken to each other until detention. It was a Tuesday. Myra had reported a grading error too aggressively. Jocks had skipped study hall. Theo had accidentally hacked the cafeteria menu screen to replace meatloaf with mystery. Regret. Detention put them in the same row of dusty desks. For 20 silent minutes, they avoided eye contact. Then the lights went out. The entire campus lost power. Groans echoed down the hallway. The emergency system failed. Even the backup generator refused to cooperate. The vice principal muttered something about calling maintenance. Theo stood up. "I can fix it," he said quietly. Jocks blinked. "You can fix the school." Theo shrugged. Myra hesitated, then followed him. Jocks followed to the three of them ended up in the maintenance room, surrounded by wires, flashlights, and an intimidating control panel. Theo explained the issue, something about a tripped main breaker and a fried relay. Myra held the flashlight steady, asking sharp, logical questions that actually helped. Jocks moved heavy panels and climbed where neither of them could reach. For the first time, none of them were in their roles. They were just working together. When the lights flickered back on across campus, cheers erupted from every hallway. They stood there in the glow of the restored power, sweaty, dusty, and surprised. Something had shifted. The next day at lunch, Jocks sat at Myra's table. The day after that, Theo joined them at the bleachers. Soon, it became normal to see Myra tutoring Jocks before games. Jocks dragging Theo to watch practice. Theo building Myra a study app that reminded her to take breaks. Whispers followed them. Why are they friends? That makes no sense. What do they even talk about? But the trio didn't notice, because somehow, together, they were balanced. Myra learned to laugh at imperfect things. Jocks learned that asking for help wasn't weakness. Theo learned that being quiet didn't mean being unseen. They didn't fit into categories anymore. They built their own. By senior year, everyone knew them, not as the genius, not as the athlete, not as the tech ghost, but as the trio. The day they graduated, someone asked how they became friends. Jocks grinned. Myra adjusted her tassel. Theo smirked. "Detention," they said in unison. And somehow it was the best thing that ever happened to them. Follow at Frey Amy M for more stories. Thank you for watching.